You gonna blame me for having Valentine's Day fucking plans?
Hey y'all.
You're the one that we're gonna record at 7 p.m. on the fucking Valentine's Day. How about
Hey
my
y'all.
dick?
Welcome back to the podcast. As you can tell, we're already off to a great start. Yes, Andrew, we're recording at 7 p.m. on a podcast on a Friday on Valentine's Day because three out of the four of us don't give a shit about Valentine's Day. And Kevin's recording in
Sorry,
his
y'all don't have
one
a
of his
life.
friend's basement. I have a child. Don't even start with me, boy.
Yeah, no,
I
that's true.
will dunk
Your
you
life
in
is
the
over.
ocean.
It's fun.
I have a teenager and another
Mhm.
child and a wife, but yeah, I don't think it really counts.
And Kevin's missing girls' dinner. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Hey,
Kevin,
hey,
what are you
nobody's
doing
missing
here?
girl dinner.
Why aren't you on people's? Why are you in somebody else's basement recording a podcast?
I won't lie.
They told me that it was cool,
Yeah.
I
so it
I
was
won't
what
lie.
it
I think
was.
it's like the background is fresh. Like I think you need
Yeah,
like someone to
Background
get
Michelle
a
is
has a
fresh.
good
screenshot.
background. Shout out to Michelle, whose basement that I'm recording in right now. She got a marble background. I'm at her office desk. There is a space heater right here, keeping me
Here we
warm.
go.
I
Here
want to
we
work
go.
out. I got a treadmill here. Got a TV here if I want to watch TV. Like,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, look at that.
Let the setup.
yeah, big time.
God damn, Kevin. All right. Well, let's I guess dive into it. So we're all back. Well, typical podcast foursome here. It was Cyrus, myself, Kevin. We got the producers actually shown up for once in the first time in like 7 months.
Is this the
Uh,
first time for the fourth season?
yeah,
The fourth season has started. We're on episode
yes, but this is
seven,
no, we're on episode 9.
9. My bad.
Where the hell have you been? I send you everything. You can't
School
read?
work. I've
I
handed
don't.
it all in. I just have so much in the brain. All right,
You have
give me a second to
nothing up
breathe.
there. You have nothing up there. It's
I
Valentine's
wrote
Day.
20 pages in the last 10 days about Barbary
Ugh.
piracy. I've
Why
got a
would you
lot in the brain.
why would you
That that
ever do
that's
that? That sounds
that's
horrible.
It's
that
what my
that might hurt.
thesis is on.
Right.
It's going to be
All
100
right.
and something pages by the time I'm done with it.
All right, well, let's get into it because someone does have to leave in 30 minutes because he has Valentine's Day plans with his girlfriend.
Sorry, y'all.
Oh.
Oh, I'm gonna
Although,
have to mute
although
that for content.
I'm gonna say this. This is the first time I've actually been on a podcast with Andrew. Like first
No,
time.
it
Like
isn't.
Wow,
yes, it
really?
is.
You've been on the podcast before.
No. This is like the first time. Like, well, no, the one time that we were on, it was like everybody else. It
That
wasn't
was
just like the
Kevin's
four of
birthday
us.
one.
Yeah.
Have we never done just the four of us before?
No.
Oh,
No, it's usually just Cyrus, Kevin, and myself because you usually,
Wait, but didn't we do the NBA episode together? Not last year, but 2 years ago, season two.
I don't remember.
We did, but
no. So
you came in at the end.
Yeah, you came
Oh,
in
was that late?
45 minutes late with a hamburger.
Yeah, that was the burger time. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
I remember it now.
shit. Oh,
I've
shit.
done multiple podcasts with Leland,
Yes.
um, which
Um,
Cyrus has also done podcasts with Leland before.
well, they
Yes.
just announced the NBA Hall of Fame class of 2025 finalists.
oh, who
Yeah.
made it?
So we got Melo, Dwight Howard, Sue Bird, Maya Moore, Mickey Arison, Jerry Welch, Tal Brody, Sylvia Fowles, Billy Donovan, Mark Few, Jennifer Azee, Buck Williams, Molly Bolin, Marquise Johnson, Danny Crawford, Dusain, Vicovic, and then the whole 2008 men's basketball, U.S. men's basketball team.
Oh, the Redeem Team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they got in the Hall of Fame. No.
No, that
Mm.
no. It was just a 92 team, and then
That's right.
yeah, they didn't because they skipped over that one with Pippen and Barkley and
The '96 one.
yeah, they skipped over them. So then remember we lost 2 years. We lost next two times we lost. So that's why we have the redeem team. So
Crazy
Um,
we had to redeem it.
well,
yeah.
let's dive into this shit because we want to get into the meat of this episode before Andrew leaves.
Meat and potatoes.
Shut the fuck up. This is gonna be the most profane, riddled episode ever.
I
You
feel
guys
I
just
feel like
keep
I'm
laughing and laughing. This is gonna be real quick before you go, Merritt. Can I just
Yes.
Express that we are all wearing red or green. So we're like Christmas colors right now.
Right now, I have green on one side and then red on the other. So it's
I've
like
got green on the top and red on the bottom.
Do you really? That's actually
Yeah. Barrett and I are on top and Kevin and Cyrus are on the bottom.
Andrew is below me. Cyrus is next to me. Kevin's below Cyrus.
I
Oh,
love
that's
it. I have like a checkerboard. So I have Merritt, me, then Cyrus, then Andrew.
oh, nice. All right.
We love
Let,
same layouts.
let's quickly talk about the Super Bowl because it's been talked about all week. The Eagles won. They had their Super Bowl parade today.
Woo!
Thank freaking God they won. I did not want to hear anything more about Patrick Mahomes being the greatest
Yes.
of all time because he's not. Um, and then I want to touch on probably, in my opinion, one of the best Super Bowl halftime shows, probably in the past 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And straight up, if you're listening to this and you don't understand why, go figure it out
Do some
because
research.
there's a lot there, and it was
He unpacked a lot.
he unpacked everything, and it was great. So that's all I gotta say about Kendrick. He killed it. Phenomenal show. Um, yeah, that's it for Kendrick. What do you guys think about the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl was boring as hell, to be honest.
The best play was the interception.
I mean, I kind of knew it was over from that one drive where it was like sack, like rush throw, and then I think that's when like the first interception happened. But I just it was like the Chiefs didn't know what the hell to do, so I just feel like they just like the Eagles never blitzed them. It was just the defensive line eating them alive.
It was 4 versus 5 almost every time, and they
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. The Chiefs were trash. And I mean, like, the halftime show was great. You just had to like the thing is like a lot of people like talked about with Kendrick is like people if you don't understand Kendrick's music, then like you're not gonna understand like the like his whole view of the performance.
you're not
Like
gonna
it's
get the
hard for people to
subtleties.
understand. They went from going to Usher last year to Kendrick now, and for people for like the average person, that's like a complete turn of like artists and like entertainment. So, you know, I enjoyed Kendrick's performance. I kind of had it took me some time to figure out what he was doing a little bit through, but once you really started listening to what people were saying, you understood what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you have people that like us who like understood what he was doing, and then you have the whole other side of the spectrum that were like, what the fuck was that? So,
yeah.
But hey, he got the world talking on the biggest stage.
That's all that matters.
I loved the Super Bowl. Every second of it.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yes, I
Oh my
did.
God.
I watched every single play and I was going to turn it off. And then I watched Patrick Mahomes get a 4-yard sack and then a 6-yard sack and then throw a pick. And I was like, I'm never turning this off. I want to watch this for the rest of my life. Like, this is amazing.
Oh
I
my
physically
God.
jumped up off the couch when he got smashed in the face. I was like, I was living my best life that night. And
Oh
I
my
watched
God.
them get decimated. And Merritt knows this very well, but I'm not one to often praise Tom Brady. But I have never seen Tom Brady get so embarrassed on a football field before, let alone in a Super Bowl. So I think that we can all just wait another 5 or so years before we even mention Patrick Mahomes as a GOAT in conversation. I loved the Kendrick performance, and I hate Philly, but go Birds! Like that shit was crazy.
I just agree with everybody. Listen, I think the game was great. Um, Listen, it was bound to happen. I don't think they were going to 3-peat. It was just bound to happen. If you can't. Some things travel. They talk about it. Some things travel. Running games travel. Defense travels. That's exactly what happened. Beat them down. The game was over by the end of the first quarter. Love the halftime performance. Um, it was a great performance, and even to the point where I think they got the guy that was up there, that's our commander in chief, decided he wanted to leave at halftime because he was tired of the tired of the performance. But anyway, besides the point, And apparently Drake is still upset, but what light skinned guy is it when somebody gets mad at him? So
Oh God, we're going to get canceled after this episode.
what? I didn't say anything bad. I didn't say anything bad. It's just telling the truth. It's exactly
Yeah,
what
but
it
you
He's
know
is.
how
so
many
pressed
people
though.
don't
He's
want to
so
listen to the
upset.
truth?
A lot.
Yeah, they're learning their lesson now. A month later. Well, let's go into NBA All-Star break is officially here. And Jordan decided to open up with probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen, with having a Jordan 1 and the Jordan logo is displayed over the bridge,
Mhm.
the Golden Gate Bridge, as through drones. So that was pretty cool. Um, and then they nixed the 3-point shooting contest with Steph and Sabrina. I saw that. That got nixed.
Well, they didn't
And
want to do it.
I thought those two did, but it was also that Caitlin Clark wasn't going to do it and Klay Thompson wasn't going to.
Well, the thing about it is the women didn't want to do it because they want to shine. They want to have shine on their own All Star when they have
Yeah,
their own All
and
Star.
the next All-Star like women's thing is in Indy, so it makes complete sense that Caitlin Clark wants to wait to compete in the three-point conference until that one, because then she's
Yeah.
competing in front of the home fans.
I mean, I'm not mad at it. To be totally honest with you, the NBA does need to revamp the NBA All Star. They need to
The
find a way
All-Star
to
needs
ramp
help.
this up. Yeah, like
I,
so. I mean, don't try to drag them into this. Like, if you're not going, especially if you're not going to support them on their end, why would you want to, continue to keep? Why would you want to continue to keep coming back to help them out?
yeah.
No offense, just can't keep doing it.
Well, hopefully it's going to be interesting to see how the game itself plays out with the four different teams. I'm excited for that to see that play out. Um, so maybe hopefully that brings some energy back to the All-Star weekend. Um, but I do want to keep it rolling because we have a long list of shit to go through.
Yeah, we got to leave early because somebody needs to leave early for Valentine's
Yeah,
plans.
well, he's gonna be
You
there.
guys can keep going after
Well,
I
we're
have to
going
leave.
to. Don't you worry. We will keep
Probably
going,
so.
Good. Have
and we'll
fun.
and we'll keep giving you shit the whole time.
Cool.
Your
I'm
mom
sure
said
I'll
I
hear it
could.
all in editing.
Your mom said I could do it anytime I wanted, so it was great.
My mom said also that I could just stop doing this for you whenever I want to. So,
That's true. She did. She did tell me that, and I was like, "That's fine. If he did, he did, and it
not
is
that
what
I'm
it is."
gonna, but like, if we want to go up my mom's word.
Ah, that's true. Oh boy. Well, spring training started. Everyone's happy. Whoever loves baseball. Um, yay! I won't care
Yeah,
about that
Woo!
until middle of the
We signed
summer
a
when.
pitcher
No, we signed a second baseman.
and a pitcher. I'm not talking about the signing like yesterday. I'm talking about like last week.
Oh yeah, we signed.
You know our bullpen always needs help. Come on.
We signed like three pitchers. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We might
Yeah,
have
but
like pitching for real now.
apparently Bregman is really, really good. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, no, he is.
This is me knowing baseball.
Yeah,
Um,
baseball
I know baseball way better when we were good.
baseball doesn't get that good until you hit like the 100th game, and then it's like everybody has to figure out where to go at with the last 62 games of the season.
You could wait
That's
until
the
like
only way.
June and then
Yeah.
yeah.
baseball's like, okay.
Well, then let's jump into West Virginia. So Kevin, yell up to mute yourself and yell. Um, so men's basketball had a big win against Utah last week. Disappointing loss to BYU, and apparently really bad foul call at the end of the game to seal it. And if you watch that, it is a horrible call. And the women's team, they lost to Baylor, but Baylor's always good, so that's a tough one. But um, baseball season tips off tonight. I actually think. I think it was the first game was tonight for baseball. So, but I want to talk about our trip in September because Andrew and I are going, and it's now hopefully official that the other half is potentially going.
It 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 is official. We just need to find us a place. Again,
It's
we were looking. The problem we have is that it's the amount of driving to a certain area versus traffic. And Kev, you're still muted.
just You're still muted.
You're still muted. You're
Still-
still muted. You're still muted.
Well, he is a guest.
Kevin.
Yes.
So.
All right, now you're not muted.
Oh,
Now you're live.
muted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
Hi, Andrew.
Hello.
Yeah, no, well, Andrew's the producer.
I'm never gonna
Cyrus
forget
is
that.
Yes, he's a question on the Secret
Wait,
Santa
did you
Day.
tell them about that?
Yes, I did tell them about that.
Every
On
year,
the
Andrew,
Secret
I get
Santa
it
question?
wrong.
Yeah, they get so on one of my questions for our Secret Santa like deal, I put like who are the two people that I do the podcast with? It's Merritt, and nobody knows what the hell your name is, Andrew. So like, every freaking time.
But it's
That's all
always
right.
my
I just stay
question.
out the
I
way.
always get it wrong. Now I'm
Wild.
gonna remember.
Merritt, you were gonna
Well,
ask
appreciate it.
Michelle something.
So Michelle, I heard a rumor that you might be going to Morgantown, or you were interested in going to Morgantown with Kevin
I'm
for.
always interested in going to Morgantown.
Okay, Kevin. Now you need to figure out where you guys are staying, and we can have a whole cluster of people going to Morgantown.
Cluster. Wait, who else is going?
Actually, throw
Cyrus.
a okay.
Okay.
My
Andrew.
wife and my son.
is
The
live.
baby's coming.
The baby is
Luca
going.
Baby's
is coming.
going.
Oh wait, when are we going?
It's in September. Can you go?
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you the. What's the date? It's the 14th, right?
Hold on.
I'm gonna put it on my calendar.
It would be the 13th.
13th.
Okay, I
pretty
need
sure.
to check my calendar.
Check your calendar, and
But
then
I'm just to be clear, I'm going because the baby's going.
do you hear that?
That's fine.
There
That's
you
fine.
go.
I can have a built-in babysitter besides my wife. Yeah, I'm
Oh
cool
my
with
god,
that.
yes, absolutely.
There it is.
I
So,
love
Merritt,
it.
you can
Lucas is-
take as
Lucas
much
is-
alcohol as you want.
Luke is
Yeah,
a woman
September
dragon. Jesus
September
Christ.
13th. Dude, the kid's got the baby
September
blue
13th.
eyes
If
and
you wanna
blondish
come too.
hair.
Yeah,
on.
look at that.
Kid wins.
Chrissy might come too,
Wait, are you gonna be in the car with me and Christy?
probably,
And Cyrus.
and Cyrus because we'll all just drive together.
Oh, Cyrus is rethinking this invite. Look at his face.
No,
Oh, he's
no,
like,
I'm
"Oh,
not. No,
shit."
no.
You
Cyrus,
know
Cyrus
what,
is.
Cyrus? We have really good road trip snacks.
Oh, I guess Kev. I love a good road trip snack.
Yeah,
Yep.
Cyrus.
Yeah,
That's our
we stopped
job.
at what was it? Roy Rogers.
We stopped all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not stopping at Roy Rogers.
No, I'm saying we stopped to have Roy Rogers just because we seen it. Because I
No,
Roy Rogers.
Gotta
This
love
is gonna
it.
be good. Ooh, I'm excited.
All right,
Thanks
so
for
put
the
that
invite.
in the calendar.
You gotta remind me when we go upstairs.
Yeah, beautiful. There it is.
All right.
There it is.
Have fun,
We're all
guys.
we're all going.
Oh my god, this is going to be a
right.
crazy freaking time.
You said it was the 13th.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're leaving. We have our Airbnb, Andrew, on I think the 12th. So we'll
The
get
12th,
there. We'll leave Thursday night and then stay in like Connecticut and then drive the rest the following day.
Beautiful.
What question? I
But
live like
We're gonna go
45 minutes from
upstairs.
Connecticut.
Cool.
Why would we
Let us
stop?
know when you're
Yes.
finished.
We will.
Oh wait,
Because I'm gonna be
Tell you guys
driving.
about girl dinner.
wait, girl dinner? Yes. What's girl dinner? We wanna
So
hear
Christy
about
and I
girl
are working very hard on our girl dinner.
dinner.
I'm gonna have Andrew. Yeah, it's Andrew. I'm gonna
Yeah.
send Kevin a picture, and Andrew's
Okay.
gonna put it here in
I'll
the
put it in the
podcast.
clip. Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm
It's a
excited.
girl dinner.
Because we've been talking about girl dinner, so we definitely want to see
Yes,
what the food
definitely.
is.
gotta put
You
it.
need this one.
All right.
Bye, guys.
See you later.
Bye.
All right.
I love it. There you
Because
go.
Andrew will drive through majority of Connecticut, and then I can sleep because I'm going to be driving from New Hampshire. So
Okay.
does
No,
that
that's
make
good stuff.
sense? And then
Yeah.
it's only 8 hours instead of 12 hours.
Are you gonna pick me up at my place and then we're gonna drive by mine, or should
Yes,
I
we're gonna drive by your
pick me
place
up
in
here?
Worcester,
Okay.
pick your ass up, throw you in the car, maybe
Okay.
strap you on the top or in the back. I don't know, depending on how I feel.
I mean, you can get one. You can get one of the.
You said the 12th you're gonna pick me up?
Yeah, he's
No,
the 12th.
I'm gonna pick you up on the 11th, the
The
Thursday.
11th, and we're gonna stay in Connecticut. Sorry, I just can't comprehend staying in Connecticut.
Do you have
Like,
a
all my
do you have a
Connecticut
do you
people
have
out
an
there.
issue with Connecticut? Is
I'm
that
It's just
from
'cause it-
Massachusetts.
Because he's in Worcester and it's only like 45 minutes or so from the border. He's thinking we're stopping there. No, we're gonna stop freaking
No, you're gonna
Near
stop
New
in
York.
like some New England
yeah, we're gonna stop near New York.
sport.
All right, so now that we're past all of that fun stuff, let's
Wow,
dive into
that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a fun listen. I can't wait.
This is gonna be ridiculous.
It's gonna be so fun to listen to again later.
I know, because you're gonna have to put one out this weekend and then put another one
I'm
out
gonna have to
next
put in
week.
a photo of the girl dinner.
Oh yeah, we need girl dinner photo, Kevin. We have to
Yeah,
have
we
Yeah, I
that.
need
definitely,
girl
yeah,
dinner photo.
definitely got it.
I will have girl dinner photos for you.
All right, so for the majority of this episode, this is Kevin's idea. So Kevin, I want you to explain what this whole episode is about at this point because you brought this idea up to us.
Yeah, sure. So I was perusing the U of Tubes and a clip of another podcast. I believe it was the Club 520 podcast with Jeff Teague.
Mhm.
And they pretty much had this idea of just like starting to name the best players ever for each NBA team. So some of them are super easy, some of them are like not, but that they're give me 2 seconds. Hold on.
Oh God.
Should
They're
I run a
planning something. I'll
disrespectfully
let you know
initiative?
about it later. But the gist is pretty much picking the best player ever for every NBA team. We separated the Sonics and the Thunder, and then pretty much everything else is what it is. So, shall we just start from the first team?
Yeah, and
Are we
don't.
doing alphabetical order? I just put mine in alphabetical order. Does it
That's
make
what.
a
That's
I
how
have
I
it
did it.
from I had
Okay.
starting from Atlanta.
Okay. All right.
I
All
wrote
right.
it all
Okay.
down.
Yeah.
I have
I
Um,
have
mine
mine by
down
division,
too.
so I'll just go this way.
All
I
right.
got you.
So shall I
I did it
start?
by spreadsheet.
Yeah, you don't have to explain either. Like if you feel like you have to explain it, that's fine. But truly, you don't need to go into a full
Well, I
barrage.
was going to get ready to say there may be I know me like for instance before we get to it really quickly, but like the Lakers like you can go through like different variations of
They
which
have
one
like
it is.
five
Mhm.
equal. Like
Right.
It's the
So
Celtics and Lakers can have multiple for sure.
right. So what I'm saying, so like if it's something like if somebody's saying, well, the homegrown kid or like somebody like because if somebody you traded for somebody to Kev's point the other day,
yeah,
if they traded for somebody, he wasn't drafted by the team, but he was the best player on the team.
Yep.
Right. So that's why I'm saying if you probably going to explain it, there may be a couple of teams where we probably are, and that's probably one of them.
Cool. Shall I start?
Let's go.
All right. So for me, Atlanta Hawks best player ever, human highlight reel, Dominique Wilkins.
Second that one.
Yep,
that's
I
what
got
I
that
have
one.
That was easy.
That was an easy one for sure.
Who wants? So am I just gonna go first each time?
Then we
Might
can
as well.
switch it
You go
up.
first this
It
time.
doesn't
All
make
right.
that. Yeah.
I how about Andrew? Give me yours for Boston.
I put Bill Russell. Not
Hmm.
because I think he was like the best technical when it came to like shooting and like flashiness and everything. When you go back further enough, but just dominance, rings. Like he was playing against legit players. Like I don't know who else you can like really, really pick, but
I mean, for me, I put Larry Legend.
yeah,
Just the
I
way,
was hard to not put Larry Legend, but
just to put the fact that like when you talk about Celtics, other than like Bill
yeah,
Russell's probably the second one right after, but when you hear the Celtics, I just think of like Larry Bird, that whole '80s rivalry with the Lakers, and how nonsense he would just cause people.
yeah.
Merritt, Cyrus, any other thoughts?
I picked both of them. I honestly couldn't decide between either or because they literally are like 1-1
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
so many Celtics fans' ideas. Like first person I put down was Bill Russell because the rings and what he did, but
11
that
rings, 5 MVPs.
but
Yeah,
like
I
you
mean, can't
have
That's
to
crazy.
but you have to respect like what Larry Bird did too.
True,
So it's
true.
like I'm gonna go with both, and that was the toss
I'm
up
cool
one.
with both as a tie for that one.
Yeah,
Honestly,
Yeah.
I am too. I put Larry down, but I feel the same way you guys do. Like I could go with Bill for so many reasons, and not even just the basketball reasons, but for so many other reasons.
Oh
But
yeah.
it, there's this tough between to go between the both of them. So
love
I
it.
agree with
All
that.
right, Cyrus, for the Nets, Brooklyn Nets, but the Nets.
I know. I say Bernard King. I'm saying Bernard King because Bernard King started there, and that's how he flourished. He did end up a Knick, and that's when he's getting most of his praise. But if you look at his earlier years, Bernard King was the one for the Nets.
Merritt.
I picked J Kidd,
That's who
honestly.
I picked.
That is also who I picked. Too.
I felt like J Kidd, that early 2000s Nets team with Vince Carter and Kenyon Martin,
Kenyon
all those
Martin.
guys. It was just they were so good. They never got past where they could, but they were just so goddamn good, and they were fun to watch
Yeah.
because they were just electric. And Jason Kidd you could pick him for the Suns too if you wanted because he started there and he had a great career there. But I think he flourished when he was on the Nets. Besides later in his career winning with the Mavs.
I think that's another one where you could put like both of them in there. Like you can put two people in there, like Bernard King. There's a couple of different guys in there. So there's definitely a couple of guys in that one.
I love it. All right, Merritt. So J Kidd with Bernard King.
This one is.
What about you for Charlotte? The Charlotte Hornets.
This one sucks because Charlotte and the Pelicans literally are the same franchise, just split because they both have moved 1,000 different times.
Well, I have a different person for the Pelicans.
I have a different person too. I picked for the Hornets themselves, like Charlotte Kemba. I picked Kemba.
It's a good pick. Good
as
pick. That's
the
a
best
good
player.
option.
So, Cyrus, what about you?
Alonzo Mourning.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Drew?
1 sec. I just want to make sure that my guy didn't play it. I'm wondering if I was being stupid about this.
He was writing his 20-page.
No, you did. Okay. No, I said Glenn. No, I had it on my computer, but I did it last night or over the course of a few different nights. I put Glenn Rice.
Glenn Rice.
He wasn't a guy that I
too.
watched at all, but I was looking at numbers and I was looking at time in the league. He didn't play just in Charlotte, and it was for only 3 or 4 years, but it was a good time. And his jersey looks so cool. That solid, the dark blue Charlotte jersey with the white.
Add in the fact that Glenn Rice won MVP of the game that consisted of Jordan, Kobe, Shaq,
Yeah.
and it was in the Garden. That was an option of mine, but I went Grandmama Larry Johnson.
I almost did, but I couldn't because I almost wanted to pick him for New York because he was so good in New York too.
Get you. All right, guys. So I feel like we shouldn't really have much discussion for this next one.
Scottie Pippen.
Dennis Rodman.
Chicago Bulls. I'm pretty sure Michael
Derrick Rose.
is the
Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr.
Right? Cool.
Jimmy Butler.
John Paxson.
And then
Horace Grant.
John. This one,
Bill Cartwright in the shot.
This one shouldn't be much longer. The Cleveland Cavs.
LeBron.
I'm assuming everyone had that.
Yeah,
That was easy.
LeBron.
Brad Daugherty.
This next one probably should be fairly quick also.
Yep.
I'm not sure.
Probably.
The Dallas Mavs. Drew, who did you have?
I said Dirk.
Mm-hmm.
I went Dirk also.
Yeah, I went
Cyrus?
No, I went Dirk. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
He went to two.
Moving on.
This one could be
One
interesting.
All
This
right.
one.
So for the Denver Nuggets, I remember I told you that thing about there's you can have that current star and a past star.
Yep.
So if I go with the past, I picked Carmelo.
Yep.
But I think currently, because as he's playing right now, I think Jokic could be the best Nugget ever, as he's just been effortlessly playing the game of basketball, and he just doesn't even care. He just plays the game because it's his job, goes home, parties in overseas, and then calls it a day.
Dude, he watches his horses race.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, that dude loves his horses.
Who doesn't want to? Who doesn't?
I could agree with Jokic, for sure, as well. But I picked Melo.
Mm-hmm.
I said Alex English, but you again.
Alex English.
That's real good.
You have to if you haven't watched him play.
Yeah.
Watch him play. That guy could ball.
Yeah.
Hell of a scorer.
All right, I think this one will be a good conversation.
Hey, Drew, who did you have, Drew?
I wrote Melo, but I do want to shout out to Tim Hardaway, because didn't he play there?
No.
No.
Tim Hardaway?
Okay, wait. No, I'm thinking of a different thing. Come on.
No, Tim Hardaway did not play.
I have too many things. I didn't organize this well. I'm looking through the fucking East versus West trying to find the teams as we're going.
That's why you do it in alphabetical order.
I didn't realize we'd be doing alphabetical order. I'm sorry.
Why wouldn't we? It was just the smartest.
I should have thought about it. Should
All
have.
right, you're supposed to be the smartest one in the group. Like, what the heck?
I'm in college. You guys have way more brain capacity right now. I do.
yes,
Want me to go first for Detroit? Because I
go.
said IT.
You said all right. So Detroit, Andrew went with IT. What do you guys got?
I also went IT.
I also went Isaiah
Yeah,
Thomas.
yeah. That's what
I
I'm
did not.
saying.
Who'd you
Let me
go with?
guess.
Oh, who'd
Let-
you, who'd you
I
go?
yeah, who'd you go with?
I went with Big Ben Wallace.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah, I
I
can
that's
see
a
a
good.
case
I
for
can
that.
see
because,
that.
and the only reason I did that because IT is so praised as like the greatest of Detroit Piston, but in my mind, he doesn't. And both guys don't win without the team around them.
Right.
But Ben Wallace was legitimately an anchor for that Detroit team during their whole run.
right.
You know, he had to play defense against Howard, against James, all these guys, and he was phenomenal. And also, he's one of my favorite players of all time. So,
I
kind of,
dig it.
kind of part of the reason why. Um,
All right, Golden State guys.
there's no
I, I
question.
I feel like there's no questions here.
No,
This is
Well,
okay because they moved, right?
yeah, yes, they're still Golden
Yeah.
State.
Okay. Okay. Well,
They're
I
still
figured.
Golden
well,
State.
well,
Yeah.
you could say we're all going to say Steph, so let's get that out the way. That we're all going to say
Yeah.
Steph, right?
Yeah.
But
Active.
remember those teams were the Run TMC. Now
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was tossed between Richmond and Weber,
Baron.
but I kept Weber for another team because he played
Yep.
better at another team. So I say
Yeah.
Mitch Richmond. I
all
said
right.
Mitch Richmond.
Oh, okay.
My only reason I didn't go run TMC because I was a big fan is just that their run was so short that like it was like a tease. Like they didn't give them enough of a chance to like actually like compete.
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember Mitch during that time, even before they came along, was on that team. He was a beast
Yeah,
before they came along. So
cool. All right, moving on. Houston Rockets. There's different ways to go,
Mm.
but I went with Hakeem Olajuwon.
That's
Yep.
what I
yeah,
did.
that's what I did.
All right,
Hakeem the
cool.
I
Dream.
think
Moving on.
I
All
wrote
right,
down Harden next to it,
okay.
just to put his name out. I mean, I is that a crazy take?
I would
Or-
say that's a crazy take.
No,
No, it's not.
In my
It's
opinion,
not.
it
It's
is.
not.
crazy. I mean,
It's not a Kev take. It's not a Kev take. You're fine.
you're good. No,
It's not a Tim
don't
Tebow
make,
take.
don't make fun of my takes. Moving on. Moving on.
I feel like that's
I'm
not that bad of
moderating.
a take.
All right.
It wasn't. That's why I was giving you a compliment. I don't know why I was getting all
All
upset
right.
about it.
Indiana Pacers.
Reggie Miller.
Reggie
Yeah.
Miller.
All
I say
right.
Reggie Miller.
Moving
That was
on.
easy.
Now, this is an interesting one.
This was hard.
The Los
Yeah.
Angeles Clippers. I went old school. I went Bob McAdoo.
Give
See,
me
I
Blake.
almost went with Bob McAdoo, but he only played there for literally like a year, 2 years, so it was a really short period of time. And
Didn't
it
he
was
move on to the Lakers?
yeah,
Right?
he went to the
Okay.
Lakers at like either before or after.
Okay.
And I did what Andrew did. I went with Blake Griffin.
Give me Blake Griffin. I want Lob City.
And literally just because there's no true
I
stars that have
love
ever
Blake
been on
Griffin.
the
I love Blake
Clippers.
Griffin.
I
Like,
mean,
it
you
was
have
just really
stars,
tough.
but it's just that they played like too late for the Clippers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
The
or they were
Clippers
like
is
a year. They were there for 1 year, then they're bounced. So
yeah.
at least
Well,
like a nursing home over there.
remember that year they had a couple years when they went to the playoffs. Before Lob City, they had Ron Harper,
mhm.
Pooh Richardson, what was it, Benoit, not Benoit, was it Benoit Benjamin? It was
Yeah, no,
something
that's right.
Benoit.
That was right.
Was it?
Yeah.
And
Benoit Benjamin.
Charles Smith before he became a Knick. So they had picks, they had players. They just, like they said, I mean, Ron Harper came from the Cavs. He's supposed to be the Jordan killer. He came from the Cavs. So I only have Kawhi down because I mean that's the only person I can think of is on the team that's actually a star. Not even say a superstar, I say he's a star. That's it. I
Yeah,
really couldn't think of anybody else.
Word.
No,
All
I
right,
can
now
understand that.
the Los
This is
Angeles
hard.
Lakers.
This was as hard as the
Yes.
Celtics one, to be
Yeah.
honest.
So I went Kobe for the simple fact that he had two technically different careers with them. You had the Shaq years where he won 3 rings, and then he had the
Saul.
years with Gasol for the 2 years beating and he beat the Celtics. So I think because I'm not gonna lie, I had a huge debate with somebody about this because I chose Shaq just because of how
Ooh.
dominant he was for the Lakers. But in the retrospect of thinking about it all, I went with Kobe just for the simple fact how he had two careers where technically that would only be like one person.
I,
So
I
I
went with
also
yeah. I went with two. I went with Kobe and Magic. Only
Yeah,
be,
I did what Cyrus did. I went with Kobe and Magic just because.
oh, so I was the only one with my pick.
Who did you
Okay,
pick,
so
Andrew?
man.
I picked Kareem.
Oh,
Yeah,
see,
Yeah.
But
See,
I,
Kareem did that and stuff in Milwaukee though. That he did
yeah,
I
most of
mean,
the
see,
that's
damage in
fair. He's
I
Milwaukee.
not
did.
from LA, but he had some pretty good friggin' seasons with the
He had
Lakers.
great
yeah.
year. He played majority of his career in LA
Yeah.
after Milwaukee, but
Yeah.
it was just the stuff he did
And
in Milwaukee.
Kareem was an option for me too, Andrew.
Yeah,
Don't worry. He was like
I tried
Shaq,
to go
Kobe,
out there a little
Kareem. It
bit.
was like the combo, and then
Yeah.
Magic was like, it's hard. That was hard, but
Yeah.
that one was a tough one.
yeah. All right. So for this one, the Grizzlies. So
Yep.
go ahead. What do you got, Merritt?
No, I'm sorry. I totally skipped the Grizzlies. I was looking at another team, so continue. My
All right.
bad.
So I'll go. I'm not gonna lie. So there were two people I was in between, but I went with this one because when you first think of the Grizzlies and the NBA in general as one of the better players to play for them, I went with Sharif Abdul Rahim. Just simply because of the fact that once you heard about the Grizzlies, you never heard about the Grizzlies ever until he was putting up all-star numbers. Now, were they winning? Unfortunately, no. But you would only hear about the Grizzlies because of him. My second person that I had as like the backup was Zach Randolph and that grit era.
That's who
So
I have.
it was pretty much a teeter totter between the two.
Yeah, I picked Zach Randolph because he's the only number retired in Memphis.
Oh,
50
that's
is the
right.
only number that hangs in the rafters. So when it came down to it, I had a few in my head, and I was like, you know what? Like, I'll just go here and nobody else got their number retired. So
Love that. All right.
I,
Pretty
I
much.
didn't.
So Sharif Abdul-Rahim. I see Cyrus had that too. And then who did you have, Merritt?
I went with the point guard.
John
I,
Morant.
I went with Bibby.
Oh,
maybe.
Okay.
I went
All
with
right.
Mike Bibby because if you remember, like that's anytime you now see a Memphis Grizzlies jersey or a Vancouver Grizzlies jersey, who is it?
Yeah.
it's
Bibby.
Bibby. Yeah,
It's Bibby.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Very
No,
true.
Bibby
I like
and
that too. I like that choice too. He was
I
an option for
I
me.
almost went with Sharif, but I was like, you know what? I just couldn't.
For the
I
culture.
have such a attraction to how Bibby played the game, so
All right. I dig. All right, guys. I feel like this one's rather easy. The Miami Heat.
Shaquille O'Neal.
I mean that's not bad. I thought about putting him on like 4 or 5 different teams. I'm not
Sorry, I'm joking.
All right. So while Merritt picked Shaq,
I
I
did
picked
not.
Dwayne Wade
I
for
picked D-Wade as
Miami.
well.
I picked
I
D-Wade.
feel like that
I
was
picked
an
D-Wade
easy
too.
one. All right.
Uh,
Milwaukee.
Well,
So Milwaukee was an interesting one because I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot about the fact that you just mentioned Andrew with
Yeah.
Kareem. I don't know how I missed that, but this was another one I had too. I I mean, there was nobody as good as when Ray Allen was on the Bucks. And then I also put as a current person right now, I feel like Giannis, since he brought another title in the modern era, can still be in that. And honestly, I'm a Giannis fan, so like what and I love Ray Allen too. So
I
those would
had
be
three
mine.
names written down.
oh
I had
shit.
Ray Allen and Giannis, and I was aware that I couldn't pick Kareem because I put Kareem on the Lakers. So I picked Oscar Robertson because like
Oh,
Ah,
that's a
pretty
good
good.
choice too.
that was
Yeah,
a
I feel
really
like he
good
doesn't get
choice.
talked enough. So like
so
I don't know if he's
yeah,
necessarily the best, but
yeah.
shout out to
I
Oscar
did
Robertson.
what Andrew did. Like I have actually three names. I have four names right now. Oscar, Kareem, and Ray Allen, and then Giannis
Yep.
was like the current player.
Yeah.
I just picked Kareem.
Love
I
it.
honestly totally spaced. I forgot Ray Allen, and
Yeah.
I would have picked
I
Ray.
thought about Ray Allen on the Heat. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I thought about it.
I love it. All right,
So,
guys. Timberwolves.
This was
Kevin
hands.
Garnett.
Yeah, this was
Yeah,
hands
Kevin
down
Garnett.
easy.
This
Garnett.
is Yup, pass it. It's Kevin Garnett. Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you could put
Now-
Ant for like the current player, but like KG for sure.
Yeah. New Orleans Pelicans. I went with the
Chris
Brown,
Paul.
Anthony Davis.
Oh, you went with AD?
I went
Wow.
with
Wait, but he's
AD.
still playing.
So you can
Oh, wait,
pick.
but so is Chris Paul. Fuck.
Yeah, I
I always
picked
forget that Chris Paul's still
CP3.
playing.
I picked
Yeah.
CP3 for that one.
I said for CP3. You know why I can't go Anthony Davis for it? Because he needed CP3 in order to make him what he was. That's so
Right.
I
And you're
can't.
seeing what CP3 can do for Victor too,
Yeah,
which
bro.
is great.
Right.
Renaissance.
I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah. I mean,
CP Renaissance.
before that he made David West look good. Like Chris Paul made David West look good. Like David
That is
West
true.
was an
David West from
undersized.
Xavier.
Yeah, he was an undersized center, and he made him oodles of money. I mean, oodles of money.
I love
Good
it.
for him.
All right, moving on to my New York Knicks.
Here we go.
So Cyrus, who did you take?
Oh, you got to start with me? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin's gonna end it because we wanted a big shebang. Like Kevin was gonna throw confetti and stuff.
I'm going to say Patrick Ewing. No offense to those
Patrick
older
Ewing
guys,
as
I'm going
well.
to say Patrick Ewing. Yeah.
I also went Patrick Ewing as well because I put Melo for Denver, so I wasn't gonna put Melo, so it was gonna be Patrick Ewing. Merritt, you're shaking your head.
I picked Bernard King.
Good option.
Yeah,
Good option.
Ewing's great, but I think
And
again, his power, his size, and everything was awesome. But the team it was like similar teams in the '90s. They couldn't get past that hump,
Right.
and he never got quote unquote better either. Like he hit that peak, and he wasn't able to go any further. He wasn't like Shaq, which all of a sudden he went and had a renaissance of a career.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
But
so we're moving right along, guys. Andrew, we're gonna get you out of here on time. So
yeah, we're good.
OKC Thunder.
Durant.
Durant. Say that same thing, Durant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still
playing. Yes, he's still playing.
I was getting ready to say there is an argument for Shea in this one though. There is an argument for Shea, but Shea, I know Shea didn't start in Oklahoma. That's why
That's okay.
If Shea can win a championship in OKC,
Oklahoma,
then he submits himself as 1A.
better OKC
I think he's the 1A. I think Durant's still the best player in that franchise forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but he's like right there.
Yeah.
What if Shea was to get to say the NBA Finals but lose? So lose
He's
like
I'd still say he's 1A just because of how dominant KD was. And I honestly would put KD and Russ like tied just because of how their careers were there. Like
you could almost throw Harden in there
MVP.
too.
Yeah.
Because all three were phenomenal together.
If Shea can win there, he would top them. But right now, he's like right under.
Yeah.
I got you.
All right. So this was a hard one for me.
Ooh.
The Orlando Magic.
Yeah.
This is where I ended up putting Shaq, and I'm not ashamed of it.
No, don't be ashamed. That's where he started his career.
I'm not
great there.
See, I really had a hard time taking Shaq just because I also thought that Dwight Howard was just so dominant here.
I didn't even think
it's really hard. Like I would put it as a tie, honestly.
I didn't think either
because
one.
If you really think about it, Shaq wasn't truly as he was dominant in Orlando, but he really cemented his dominance when he went to LA.
Yeah, he was still young.
Dwight was just a pure monster.
I went with Penny.
Nah,
I went with Penny Hardaway.
I'll be honest with you. I would put it'd be Dwight, but then before him, I would put Tracy McGrady before Penny.
See, I think Tracy McGrady was great down there, but I think he was even better in Houston. I think the Houston Tracy McGrady was the best version we ever saw.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Because remember how that was supposed to work out, right? When Grady signed, it was supposed to be McGrady, Tim Duncan, and Grant Hill all on that same team. McGrady wasn't supposed to be the focal point. McGrady was supposed to be the up and coming guy once Grant Hill decided to leave or Duncan
Grant Hill got hurt and
Grant Hill got hurt and Duncan never came because Grant Hill got hurt.
And on top of that, Trace McGrady put up that like crazy 19 points in 11 minutes, or like
he had 11 points in 8
11
seconds.
points in 8 seconds. Yeah, no, I was thinking it was 11 and 9, but it's Yeah, it's 11 points in 8 seconds on the Rockets, like which might be the craziest 8 seconds of basketball anyone's ever played.
Let's
That
just-
is, I know. I'm honestly talking as like a Tracy McGrady mark, so that's why I would take Orlando Tracy McGrady. So, but like I everyone's list is very valid here. All right,
But it
moving along.
just real quickly to say that though, I would say Shaquille just to make it Shaquille O'Neal. I would say Dwight's a third because I would say Shaquille, Tracy McGrady, Dwight Howard, then Penny. On Penny only because of the injuries.
And you could literally, all four of those have a valid reason to be number one
Right.
on that
Yep.
list.
Yep.
100%.
All right, guys. So there's two names I can go here, but I just for in the generation growing up, I'm going Allen Iverson for the Philadelphia 76ers.
I was
Just
gonna pick
because-
him, but I knew you would.
The
I didn't-
culture,
Yeah.
everything, AI was everything for me growing up. I know Julius probably should be the number one, but
That's who I
I'm
picked.
I'm
That's what I
going I'm
Dr.
going
J.
AI.
Well,
I
you
think-
can. And
But
here's,
I'm
and here's-
outnumbered.
yeah.
Julius for you guys. I get it.
No,
Oh,
I was
no.
getting ready to say that that's where you can probably go both because
Yeah,
They
I
were
mean,
both so
yeah,
prolific.
yeah, yeah,
they're both
agree.
all-time players who had amazing
Yeah.
careers in Philadelphia,
yeah,
and you
Fact.
can't disrespect either of there.
yeah.
We could just
Doc-
disrespect Joel Embiid because he'll never be like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Joel
want to see
Embiid
him on
sucks.
any of these lists in the future.
Hey, listen,
No.
No.
any man that's 76 can still go up and dunk like Doc can. Is telling you that you're fat behind, can't get in shape. That's a problem.
Yep.
Sorry,
All right,
that's
guys.
a problem.
Moving on.
This is
Next one.
this could be a
the
good
Phoenix Suns.
Oof,
Cyrus, you first.
Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
I have Charles Barkley as well.
one. I picked
All
Charles
right.
Barkley.
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash.
Oh,
is
no,
close
that's a
second.
good. That's a good
That's a-
choice.
that's a
though.
good-
Yeah,
that's
it's Steve Nash.
That's a real good
Two
choice.
MVPs.
He won back-to-back MVPs. Like, like it was. I mean,
And yeah,
And also
that-
angered
yeah.
Shaq because he was mad
Yeah.
that he should have had one of them. So
yeah,
I'm definitely. I would put
And he
Steve
did a
Nash.
soccer kick to Stoudemire during a dunk contest, so that was pretty sweet too.
That was really
actually,
cool.
and actually, I think that
He didn't
one
go to
team-
the-
yeah. Well,
he
I was
didn't go
gonna
to the
say-
finals.
Well, no, I was gonna say that one team that he had I don't think it was Grant Hill. It was Leon Bobosa.
He had
The team-
Marion, Labosa, Stoudemire, Raja
Yeah,
Bell.
The game that they bloodied his nose and everybody came off the bench screwed that whole plan up because that team could have rolled all the way to the finals. Like
Yeah.
they could have gave D'Antoni all the validation they needed for him to stay.
Because
the
what
coach for
Marion
long
got
term.
ejected, he couldn't play the next game. Stoudemire was suspended for a half.
2 games. He was for 2 games because he had actually he was
Oh,
was
yeah.
on the bench. He came off the bench. So it was automatic 2 games. Automatic 2 games.
So that screwed him. All right, Kev, next
Right,
one.
Next one. The Portland Trailblazers, guys. I say go it down, big man. Bill
Mhm.
Walton.
I was going between him and Clyde the Glide. And I picked Clyde
Hmm.
only because Bill, his time in
He's
Portland.
a Celtics to me.
Yeah, he's a Celtic in my opinion. He's only
Yeah,
there for the
yeah.
Celtics for this much time frame. But like Bill's time in Portland, he was hurt majority of that.
Right.
But
And
he
that's
also
the-
won those titles, though.
He did.
You can't take away.
No, I
Sure,
can't.
can't
I'm
take
never
his
going to
titles
take that
away.
away from him because
Right.
Bill Walton's a fucking legend. But I like Clyde, and like we've said,
I mean, I have no issues with Clyde Drexler.
I have no issues with Bill Walton either.
Actually, one of the guys that's on his team that was on his team during that run is getting into the Hall of Fame now.
Love that.
There
All
you go.
right. Cyrus. Sacramento Kings.
Chris Webber.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I picked.
Chris, I mean, I had Chris Webber and Tiny Archibald, but I loved Chris Webber for the Kings.
Yeah.
That 2001 Kings team got robbed by Robert Ory, and
Freaking
if they
Robert
did,
Horry.
they would have won the title that year. I have no
Oh.
questions about it.
That
They-
team was top to bottom was like
That
They would've
2001
smoked.
Kings team would have 100% went all the way if they beat the Lakers that year.
They would have smoked him.
Yeah.
it was the team that was in the finals was Indiana, right?
Yeah, they would have
Yep.
Oh,
absolutely.
they would have smoked.
They
them.
would've
That'd
torched
have been
them.
a
It wouldn't
sweet-
even
that'd
close.
been-
No, I'm sorry. 2001 was the Sixers.
Was it?
Yeah, no, 'cause
2000
Indiana.
is the Pacers.
Yeah,
2001.
yeah. It was-
2001
Was it?
is Philly.
Was it?
I don't think Philly would have won a game if it
I'm
was
pulling
the
it up
Kings.
right now. 2001 NBA Finals was the Lakers versus the Sixers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
2000 finals was the Lakers versus the Pacers.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's
Because that's
All
when they
right.
went three-peat, I think.
We're moving right along. The
Almost
Seattle
done.
Supersonics.
oh, you oh. Oh, you did
Sonics are
that team
next.
too?
I was going in
You-
alphabetical order.
You did not go in alphabetical order.
No, wait, aren't they after? They're
They
next.
are
no,
after
Well, no,
the
see,
third
well,
team. You're
because
right. My apologies. San Antonio.
Tim Duncan,
Tim Duncan.
Tim
my
Duncan.
fourth best player of all time, in my
I
opinion.
mean, I love Tim Duncan. So
Yeah.
that's an overall.
You could have gone
All
with
right.
Mono. You could have gone with Tony Parker too. Those.
I mean, I love David Robinson. So
oh
like,
yeah, the big
I mean,
admiral.
it
Gotta love
was
Ginobili.
there's so many. All right, now Seattle. I'm going with whoever's the jersey that Merritt is wearing. That's
Yeah.
mine.
No, who's on his jersey is my guy.
The glove.
The glove.
I picked Sean Kemp.
Beautiful. Love it. All right,
You,
guys.
you know
love
what?
that.
No,
I
you know
love
what?
that.
That's another one. That's another one. You
That's
could go.
respect.
You could go with two because those two actually raised that team to higher heights than what it was before. Like that team was mediocre for God knows how long, and then those two came along and they made it that much better.
Yeah.
KD was drafted by the
KD was drafted.
Sonics before they moved, but he never actually played for them.
No, he
Who
did.
was that?
No, he played a season in Seattle.
Yes, he and Jeff Green played, I think,
Yeah,
one or
they
two
played a
seasons
season.
in
Yep.
Seattle, and then they moved.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
But he was not. The team he was on was god awful.
Yeah. It was him. It was him. It was just him, Green, and Nick Collison. Everything else was just
Yeah.
Oh
like,
my god, I forgot Nick Collison was there.
yeah,
And he
Shout out
stayed
to
on
Nick
the Thunder
Collison,
for
Kansas Jayhawk
years.
forever.
yeah.
God damn.
He's still on the
Alrighty.
Thunder, man. He's a commentator or some sort of guy in administration or something like that.
Good for him. All right.
All right. Moving on, we got the Toronto Raptors.
Vinsanity.
Yeah, I was going to say Vince Carter.
Yeah, it's Vince Carter. Kawhi won a ring with them, but it's VC who changed the game in the whole country. So,
Kawhi was only there for a year, so it doesn't matter.
yeah. All right. Andrew, who do you got for the Utah Jazz, sir?
Ooh.
I took John Stockton because I feel uncomfortable picking Karl Malone.
Yep, that's exactly why I did the
Why
same
do you
thing.
feel uncomfortable?
We get demonetized if I'm talking about why I'm uncomfortable with Karl Malone. But
No,
yeah, I'm gonna pick Stockton.
I picked Stockton because
I mean, the assists, bro, they don't lie.
yeah.
Yeah,
I-
either or.
Yeah, I was going to say either or. I mean, I don't think you would. It's either or.
All
One
right.
actually, to be honest with you, one couldn't exist without the other. Technically, if you really want
No,
to look at
they
it that
couldn't
way.
have.
One
It's
couldn't
true.
exist without
It
the
was
other.
Stockton to Malone, like in the 90s. So,
Mhm.
all right, guys. The last one, the Washington Wizards or Washington Bullets.
Wes Unsell.
Yep. Unsell.
Yeah,
I have also unselled, but with a slight behind.
I have Gilbert Arenas as my
Gilbert Arenas as the
yeah,
second.
Oh,
my
yeah.
option
Was
player.
absolutely
Yep.
filthy.
Yeah, crazy. His mixtape's nuts.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's
Wow.
our list, guys.
That went a lot faster than I thought it would. I did not think we'd all have a majority of the same players.
I'm gonna peace out now.
All right,
Yeah.
bye.
It was cool to hang with
Bye,
y'all.
Drew.
Have
Peace
fun
out.
on your date.
Thank you.
Have a good day. All right. Well, that's it. Merritt, you have anything else?
No, do you have a Philip Buxer's question tonight?
Negative.
Bah.
But I was going to say, because it's Valentine's Day, what is your favorite candy?
Ooh, on Valentine's Day or just in general?
No, in general.
I think a good old fashioned Hershey chocolate bar is probably mine. I'm old
Cyrus?
school.
I want to say my is hold on.
Oh, Cyrus has it.
Oh, he does, probably.
Thanks to my lovely wife, Conversation Hearts.
Brought
Brought to you by Cyrus's wife.
to you by Cyrus's wife. I love it. I mean, honestly, they asked me this earlier this week. It for me, just can't go wrong with breaking off a piece of that Kit Kat bar, guys.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a good choice too. Good choice, Kev. Well, awesome. Well, I think that was a lot of fun. That was a great idea, Kevin.
Yes.
That was.
Thank you, guys. I tried to, support.
Although you didn't include me on the one where you talked about the NBA trade, but that's all right though. I'm not mad at
Well,
you.
Oh my God!
we'll add you on. We'll add you on for the next one.
Just
No.
relax.
I know I'm only messing with you. No, but in closing, I do want to say something about those trades, though. I do think that those trades were made for the future for a lot of those teams. So I think a lot of those teams now are going to go towards drafting their teams now. The whole part of bringing somebody in the big three and all that stuff. I think that phase is going to be going. Is going to be gone. I do blame Kyrie Irving and Ben Simmons though, because without them making those things that they did, that collective bargaining agreement wouldn't have changed. You got to give kudos to Stephen A. Smith for realizing that and saying, "Listen, you screwing it up for everybody," and now they have screwed it up for everybody because now, as you can see, everybody is now gone. There's no big three, and that Philly team and Phoenix team are probably going to get broken up this summer. I don't think
They
Paul,
will 100%.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Embiid. I think Embiid will still be around with Maxey, but Paul George will be gone. I think Phoenix is the same deal. I think KD is definitely gone. Bill will be gone. It'd just be Booker and a whole bunch of other pieces around him.
Yeah.
Booker would never win a title. I mean, maybe later in his career if he decides to leave, but he won't win a title in Phoenix.
Cool.
So.
All right.
Well,
Mary, is it outro time?
I think it is. And we're going to be back literally in like 2 days.
Oh yeah, fun times.
We're recording Monday night.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So outro time for those that continue to listen to us. We thank you for listening to us on all streaming platforms. Well, number one, thank you to Cyrus for taking time out of his Valentine's Day to join us. We appreciate you, sir. You can follow him on the Instagram at Cyrus Johnson Jr. So shout out to you, Cyrus. We appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
You can go ahead and make sure you listen to us on all streaming platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts. We are on Spotify. We are on Amazon Play. You want to watch this on YouTube, and I'm sure you definitely want to watch the whole thing if you're listening to it because it was pure madness. You can watch it on our YouTube page at the Manly Musings Podcast. You can follow Merritt at Merritt_P on the Instagram. You can follow me at KQuava624. Follow the podcast at the Manly Musings Pod on the Instagram and the TikTok. Starting to get that content back up there. And yeah, you guys enjoy your Valentine's Day. Merritt, I'll see you on Monday. And for those of you who listen to us, we'll hopefully see you guys soon.
And Kevin, go enjoy girls' dinner. And we can't wait to see a picture of it.
Yeah.
I will text you the picture of the girls' dinner.
Awesome.
Put it in the chat, sir. Put it in the chat.
Word. Peace, y'all.
All right. Bye, y'all.